Welcome to Figments 2.0. Figments is a Phase-1 production intended to entertain and inspire.
Tan tranquilo ser, echado y fiel al miedo y a la pena. Ser sereno tal vez, elegir estar bien, desconectar y así olvidar estar apenas.
Figments is a not-for-profit endeavor, but we invite you to click like and subscribe to the Phase-1 YouTube channel. It's good for the host's morale. And now, the latest episode of Figments with your host, Lieutenant General Dan Figleaf, U.S. Air Force, retired.
Figments for geniuses. If you were dummies, you wouldn't be watching or listening. This is an introduction to the new Figments 2.0 suitable for the brilliant Figments audience.
Howdy, geniuses. Yes, you must be geniuses, because this is Figments for Geniuses. I couldn't call you dummies like those how-to books, because if you were dumb, you wouldn't be watching Figments. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. I'm Dan Leaf, your host. You got the intro from my computer-generated voices, and this is a revised approach to Figments, and that's why I'm going to give you a quick sort of a user's guide, both to past and present episodes. Let's first talk about the concept. I'm just here to entertain and inspire on topics that I think you'll find interesting. Many of them are ideas, figments, like figments of the imagination, which is redundant because figments necessarily live in the imagination. But be that as it may, figments are the start of all great things, and as somebody whose nickname, his fighter pilot call sign is Fig, seem to me they get a bad rap. They're often seen as fanciful notions, dreams, fantasies, whatever, but really all great things start as an idea, a figment, and they can grow into something great. So that's why I call this Figments, and why I bring it to you is, as I said, to entertain and inspire. There are 60-some episodes on the Phase-1 YouTube channel. That's probably where you're watching this, but also on the Think Tech Hawaii website. I did Figments for Think Tech Hawaii, a great local nonprofit, for a couple of years, and as I said, almost 60 episodes, around 60 episodes. They're still archived there, and you can find them on Phase-1. They're a little longer. They're about 30 minutes. And while I like them, and I had some great guests, I mean, I've got some amazing friends and really enjoyed the conversations, it seems to me, and looking at the analytics from YouTube, that many of you, myself included maybe, don't have 60 or 30 minutes to devote to a topic. So these are going to be 5 to 10 minutes. That's what I'm looking for. And that will allow me to get to the point more quickly in the time you have available, and also to be a little more frequent in how many figments I do and be able to respond to issues that may arise. Now, there are two fundamental premises to figments and to my approach to these issues. The first comes in 3 parts, and that is that I am unaffiliated, nonpartisan, and unpaid. And all 3 of those matter to me. I'm not affiliated with an organization, company, whatever, that would drive the content or put some lines out for me to stay between. And I'm nonpartisan. I will try to address even the stickiest of issues in a way that doesn't enter the world of partisan politics. Now, they're an important part of our society and indeed of our republic, but for me, that's just not a good place to go, because I want to have your attention, put some ideas out there, let you chew on them, and not either dismiss or accept them simply because of what you perceive as my political alignment. Me and my politics stay with my ballot, and I'm just more comfortable that way. So don't look for politics here. Unpaid matters too, because not that I could, but I'm not going to monetize Figments. That's not the goal. I want to put stuff out there for your entertainment, to make you think about what you might do, have done, could do, will do. So It's not a money-making endeavor. It's a labor in some ways of love, because I love to think about stuff and reflect on how fortunate I've been and what amazing people I've had the chance to know have accomplished. So, there you go. That's the first part, unaffiliated, nonpartisan, unpaid. The second part is my perspective, because it drives how I look at things, and that's my perspective as I see it as my identity. Identity is a issue much discussed, or a topic, a concept much discussed. So I've thought about it, and here's my identity. I'm an American Air Force fighter pilot. Okay, you can say, well, that was a job, that wasn't an identity. But all three elements of that define who I am and how I look at things. I'm an American. I have an American perspective. I'm married to a South American. Our perspective's different. We come different cultures, different histories. Fortunately, it works, but they are different perspectives. Mine is American. I am proud of our country and the things it's done well. I want our country to do better, but I'm not going to apologize for it, other than to try to make the country better. All right? I was in the Air Force 33 and a half years, and that's different than being a Navy fighter pilot or Marine Corps fighter pilot or being in the Army. And I've served with all of those services, both in peace and war. Great cultures, great people, dedicated patriots, but the Air Force is different. And yeah, we like air conditioning, we like cold beer. Does that make us stupid people? Come on. No, it's a little irreverent, a lot futuristic, and as they say, a great way of life. So my perspective is from being in the Air Force for 33 years as a fighter pilot. And that matters most, because you're going to hear me talk about what works and what doesn't work, because that's all that matters in the air, especially if you're flying by yourself in a single engine airplane. You can't fool gravity. It's a performance-based environment. And I love that. And I'd like to see more of that in our country and in our culture. So if I lampoon a politician for governmental incompetence, that's not politics, folks. That's competence I'm worried about. All right? You'll see a bunch of issues that I care a lot about. I care most, perhaps, issue-wise, about peace on the Korean Peninsula, and specifically with North Korea. Not apologist, not appeasement, but we've got work to do. That war's been ongoing for 73 years in a legal sense. We're not going to fix other issues unless we fix that. So you'll hear about that. Okay, so those are the basics. My Figments, like I said, will now be 5 to 10 minutes long. I welcome your ideas on things I might talk about. Please drop me a note in the comments below, or at info@phase-1.com. That's PHAS. You can see it on the screen. phase-1.com. info@phase-1.com. In the 60 or so episodes that I did on Think Tech, by the way, I never got a single suggestion. So help me out, folks. And please, if you would, click like and subscribe to the Phase-1 YouTube channel. It won't mean any money, but I'll feel a lot better with that feedback. All right, next episode, I'm going to talk about rule of law, rule by law, and rule by rule. And yes, there may be some question about ballots in all that, but I'll do it in a nonpartisan way. So, Happy New Year, folks. Right now it's the 29th of December, 2023. I wish you a safe and happy holiday, and I'll see you next year. Aloha.
Tan tranquilo ser, echado y fe, al miedo